So I had originally planned on making not so much of a how-to, but like a how to get started with stand-up circles on the Grom. I'm editing through it right now, and I'm going through the footage, and I kind of don't like the way I had talked about stuff. It's kind of like all over the place and jumbled and not very informative and straight to the point. So I'm going to try and do a voiceover here. I had also recorded this footage way back, maybe midway through like my circle progression, so it wasn't particularly great with them yet. And the last session that I had just figured out that super tight, getting into the dip and getting them super tight and letting the idle carry me around. So I think I can provide a little more knowledge now doing the voiceover. And what I'm going to do is I'll showcase the first clip here of when I was in the back part of the lot and kind of the, I guess, truck turnaround area. And my goal was just to complete a rotation. I didn't care how tight it was. I just wanted to complete one rotation and try and continue it. I did not care about the tightness of the circle. I just wanted to be able to complete rotations continuously, and that's what I planned on doing. I think I get a couple here, and then the next step was to move to a different part of the lot and make it a little bit tighter. So then that would force me to start tightening up my circles. And you'll see a couple more clips here where I start to feel the dip and get them a little tighter. It's still not great. And then finally I moved into the concrete part of the lot where I have the building and I try to just stay within the concrete. There's I think like 3 concrete square widths, and in this final video from the 9-month progression video, this is where I had just kind of figured out this dip, and I was staying, I guess, within 4 square section of these concrete blocks. So they could be tighter. If I had a couple more sessions, I would have really locked those in, but that was the last time I was able to ride. And I guess tip wise, start with the recons. Just get the rotations going, and then move to a different part of the lot where it kind of forces you to be tighter, and you'll just automatically start closing in the circle. And then some people actually start in a super tight area, and it forces them to kind of commit. Otherwise, you're going to crash and hit something. So if you want to go that fast, that quick, you can try that as well. But some of the key points that I may mention in some of the old footage here, if I include it, but I'll just kind of recap. Start in the staggered position, so left foot on the sub cage and then right foot on the step plate in the center. That's the most comfortable position, I would say, and I started just clutching those up in a straight line first to get comfortable with that body positioning before I even tried to circle in that staggered position. That's kind of what I do for every new thing. And then you want to keep your body weight to the inside of the circle and kind of like a neutral body position where you're not like far away from the bike. If you're looking, bar to chest, you don't want to be super far away from it, and you don't want to be completely like hugging it as well. Topnotch makes a really good circle tutorial where he explains the body positioning well, and I'll make sure to include that in the description of this video so you can find it as well. It's very helpful. And I guess the last tip is the gas is your friend, not the brake. In the circle case, once you kind of trust the dip, if your idle's high enough, or if you kind of give it the right amount of throttle all the time, it ends up just carrying you around, and your brake input becomes very minimal. And that's kind of what you want. You want the bike to just carry you around, and avoid trying to give super large amounts of brake. There's a couple clips in here that I'll show maybe right after this where you can kind of see that seesaw motion where I'll give it throttle, and then you can see the handbrake working right away and counteracting it. and the goal is to kind of get that super smooth out to where it's less dramatic. That'll just help smoothen out your circles, tighten them up. Hopefully that is a little more simplified than what the other video is going to be at.
Hide a stash in the carpet. Yeah, we trapping out apartments. I ain't done where you start shit. To be honest,